Hello and welcome to Atheist Bible Study number 18. I'm Joe Dixon. Every week I read from the Bible and give it a atheist point of view to how it's going. I read from the, by the way, if you're wondering, I'm reading from the children's Bible. It just makes things faster and it's easier to get through because that old English stuff or whatever the hell it is they got in the actual Bible. So I read this. Also, I help in my reading by having a drink. This is whiskey here. Salute. Oh, before I go on, start reading, I want to remind you, I am available for children's parties. So I am available to do comedy at your, if you belong to a college or atheist group and everything club. I'd love to come down and do a couple of jokes. Don't worry, I don't get drunk or read from the Bible when I do my bits. I actually have a stand-up act and I'll do it. And you look down at the bottom of the screen, you'll see my email to email me to come down and do your show. Do a show at your school. Anyway, moving on. All right, so this is Atheist Bible Study number 18. The Exodus from Egypt. So we're introducing the character of Moses. Moses is getting into the story now. This is the birth of Moses. You know, and you know what? I'm trying to think of different ways to do the dialogue. I'm going to sing it. Even though, of course, I can't sing, as you will see. So that was a little sing there. The children of Israel were fruitful. They increased greatly in number and prospered, and the land of Egypt became filled with them. And there rose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. Joseph is the previous character. He was, it doesn't matter. Anyway, did not know Joseph and the great work he had done. This new Pharaoh said to his people, "The children of Israel are more and mightier than we are. Let us deal wisely with them, for if they continue growing in numbers, they may join our enemies and fight against us in time of war and go away with our land." Therefore the Egyptians set taskmasters over the children of Israel and forced them to work for them. They're growing so large and mighty. How did they do that? I don't know. But there we go. They built for Pharaoh the treasure cities of Pithom and Rameses. But the more the Egyptians oppressed them, the more the Israelites grew in strength and increased in number. Hey, like the Incredible Hulk, you know, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. Apparently, the stronger and larger they get if you oppress the Israelites. Interesting idea. All right. So the king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwife, saying, "When a Hebrew woman gives birth, and you see that it is a son, then you shall kill him. But if it is a daughter, she shall live." But the midwives feared God. Oh, we fear God. But the midwives feared God and did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them. Instead, they let the men children live. So the king called the midwives and said to them, "Why have you done this thing? Why have you let the men children live?" "Because," answered the midwives, "the Hebrew women gave birth without our knowing of it before we came to them." God was pleased with the midwives and dealt well with them, and the people continued to increase and grow stronger. So Pharaoh commanded his people, saying, but before I get into what the Pharaoh said, God was with the midwives and dealt with them. What the fuck was he doing this time? Here, I'm all powerful. I created everything. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this shit up to the midwives to save these kids. What am I going to do? God, I'm a busy man or entity or thing or whatever I'm supposed to be up there in the stratosphere. Who am I? Who am I to do something? You midwives take care of it. What do you want from me? Anyway, so I'm sorry. Anyway, so the Pharaoh commanded his people, saying, "Every Israelite son that is born, you shall cast him into the river, and every daughter you shall let live." Okay, Moses and the bulrushes. Now there was a man of the family of Levi, whose wife bore him a son, and when she saw that he was a goodly child, she hid him for 3 months. Good thing he was a goodly child, because if he was a badly child, she saw that he was badly. She would have given him to the Egyptians, and he would have been chopped, I guess. I don't know. Then when she could no longer hide him, she took a basket made of bulrushes, daubed it with pitch, and put the child into it. She took it and laid it in the reeds of the river's edge, and the baby's sister stood far away to watch what was done to him. The daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maids walked along by the river's side. When she saw the basket among the reeds, she sent her maids to fetch it. When she opened the basket, she saw the child, and he was crying. So she took pity on him and said this: "This is one of the Hebrews' children." The baby sister came forward and said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and find a nurse from the Hebrew women to take to look after the child for you?" "Go," said Pharaoh's daughter, and the girl went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said to the woman, "Take the child away and nurse it for me, and I will give you your wages." So the mother took her child and nursed it. The child grew, and his mother brought him to the Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son, and she called him Moses, which means drawn out, because she said, "I drew him out of the water." And ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of Moses floating in the boat, or whatever, the bulrushes, and the midwives saved his life because God was busy. He was sleeping or napping or something, but he thanked the midwives. "Thank you for saving Moses. It was all planned. I guess, I don't know. I'll let the Pharaoh kill children, but what do I care? Just as long as precious Moses is okay. Kill every fucking Egyptian kid. What do I give a damn? But make sure that precious Moses has to be taken care of. With the Moses. The tushy of the Moses. Oh, Moses. I must make sure Moses is okay. But not so much, because I'm going to have the midwives really make sure he's okay. But yeah, I'm around. I'm God. I'm around. Don't worry. I see what's going on. I won't intervene and do a goddamn thing, but I'm God. So you just have to deal with it. But anyway, so that's the story of Moses. That is Atheist Bible Study number 18. Next week, we're going to do number 19, obviously. It'll be Moses and Midian, or whatever the hell you pronounce it. I don't know the names of these places. Why can't they have good American names? Damn it. Isn't that why they wrote the Bible? Good American English. Why can't they? What are these funny names? Anyways, but so that's the story of Moses. He's born, he floats in a boat, and the Egyptian wife gets him, and the mother takes care of him, but she doesn't know it's a real mother. It's like a soap opera or something. It's like an episode of All My Children. I really wish I should have brought another drink with me. Anyway, again, I'm, again, to look at my hiring thing and call me down to your colleges. That's hilarious. Anyway, this is Atheist Bible Study number 18. I'm Joe Dixon. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.